I've never been an avid comic book reader. I maybe own one or two graphic novels, and I have almost no experience reading this type of book, so I had no idea what to expect when going into the Game of Thrones graphic novel. My first immediate reaction was confusion. How do I read this thing? Like this? Or like this? Or maybe like this? Because of my lack of experience with the general mechanics of comic books, I was often puzzled as to where on the page the dialogue started and where it ended, so it often seems like scenes are out of order. Or that different characters are speaking over each other. Is Ned Stark psychic, or does King Robert actually speak first in the scene? I also had difficulty following the flow of the story in the graphic novel. Unlike in the novel and TV show where scenes develop and are drawn to a gradual close, the graphic novel switches scenes rather abruptly. Because of the large amount of characters in the story, I felt this made the pacing of the graphic novel a little disjointed. First, the reader is at the Wall with Jon Snow, then on the King's Road with Arya and the other Starks. And then suddenly, we're with Dany in Pentos. I also had a very difficult time understanding certain characters' perspectives in the graphic novel. But pushing all of my difficulties with the graphic novel aside, I found myself actually enjoying it. The images were so well drawn and vibrant they seemed to literally come off the page, and I appreciated that the artist took inspiration from both the novel and TV show, however, managed to create both characters and settings that looked unique and stayed true to their artistic style. I also think that the artist's illustrations did a very good job of allowing the characters to show emotions throughout the graphic novel. So while I initially found the comic structure to be confusing, I ultimately found it to be beneficial to the overall experience of the story, allowing me to become more engrossed in the plot. The graphic novel takes the story of Game of Thrones and divides it into pieces, in order to simplify other elements of the story, giving the reader time to fully absorb the images and plot by placing more emphasis on certain scenes that may have been overlooked in the novel or TV show. It was a challenge of puzzle pieces, but given time and patience, those pieces eventually came to add up to a whole. Even though I've been a fan of the TV show for a while, I'm glad I got to experience the story through a new and challenging medium.